At the beginning of the story, we see some people bad-mouthing a boy, saying that he does nothing but fight and making fun of his appearance. Just then, the boy's eyes open, and we realize it was all just his dream. The boy's name is Sakura. Sakura arrives in a new city and says that he's only interested in powerful people and nothing else. We then see a girl named Kotoba being harassed by some boys. Kotoba tells them, "Let me go or things will get worse for you," but the boys hold her back. Sakura observes this and thinks that the boys are trying to show off their power by bullying a girl. With this thought, Sakura steps forward and tells the boys to let Kotoba go. However, they start fighting with Sakura, but Sakura is much more powerful than them, and he beats the boys badly, telling them, "My name is Sakura. Remember my face and my name so that every weak person stays away from me." After defeating them, Sakura starts to leave when Kotoba approaches him and thanks him for saving her. However, Sakura gets angry and says, "I didn't do this to help you. I just wanted to teach those guys a lesson." Kotoba then invites Sakura to her restaurant and asks, "You don't seem to be from this city. Why did you come here? This city is pretty useless with gangs fighting every day, making it difficult for ordinary people to live here." Sakura doesn't understand why Kotoba is being so friendly with him since he looks like a thug himself. Kotoba then offers him some food, which Sakura really enjoys. She asks him why he dyed his hair different colors, and if he's trying to look strange to everyone. Sakura responds saying, "It's nothing. I came here to join Furin." We then learn that Furin is a gangster haven where all the city's gangsters reside and fight every day. Since Sakura enjoys fighting, he wants to join Furin High. Sakura tells Kotoba that he plans to defeat everyone at Furin and rule over Furin High. He adds that people have always beaten and insulted him, so now he wants to defeat everyone at Furin and reach the top. As Sakura and Kotoba continue talking, an old man starts to leave the restaurant. Sakura notices him and returns a purse the man had forgotten. The old man thanks him and gives Sakura some candies. This makes Sakura think, "Why is nobody afraid of me, even though I look like a thug?" Kotoba, hearing this, tells Sakura that he won't be able to rule Furin High because there are even more powerful people there. He's alone, without a team. This makes Sakura angry, and he starts to leave. But Kotoba tells him, "You'll understand when you meet another student from Furin. Meanwhile, some other thugs arrive in the city, causing chaos and harassing people. A woman calls for help, and the thugs, who include the ones Sakura had previously beaten, make fun of him and challenge him again. Sakura thinks to himself that he has to defeat these thugs to prove his power and to join Furin High. He starts fighting them alone, overpowering them. As Sakura fights, Kotoba hears the noise and rushes out. One of the thugs holds a knife to Kotoba's throat, intending to harm her, but Sakura kicks him away and saves her. However, while trying to protect Kotoba, Sakura starts to lose the fight. Sakura wonders why he's even protecting Kotoba, as he doesn't even know her. Just then, one of the thugs stabs Sakura in the leg, injuring him. The thugs start attacking Sakura, but just then, a student from Furin High named Ragi arrives, followed by other students from Furin High. The Furin High students beat the thugs badly, and the people in the city cheer for them. Sakura is surprised and doesn't understand why the common people are supporting the thugs from Furin High. Kotoba explains to him that in the past, the city was full of fights and gang violence, which made life difficult for ordinary people. That's why the students of Furin High decided to protect the city from other gangs. The students of Furin High put up a signboard outside the city that warned anyone who caused trouble or harassed people would be severely beaten by the students of Furin High. As a result, peace started to prevail in the city, and the locals began supporting these students, seeing them as their heroes. The students of Furin High gave themselves a new name, calling themselves Mo Fuyurin, becoming the guardians of the city. From Kotuha's words, we learned that the boys of Furin High stopped fighting among themselves and now work together to protect the city and help the locals, which is why everyone now saw them as heroes. Sakura was confused by this, as he couldn't understand why people loved these boys from Furin despite their previous fights. As Sakura was thinking, a few people approached him and started praising him for protecting the city by fighting off the thugs. A woman began bandaging his wounds, but Sakura felt uncomfortable about it. Then, Kotuha told Sakura that although the people of this city had treated him badly and forced him to live alone, they wouldn't let him be alone anymore and would always help him. Hearing this made Sakura feel strange, and he told Kotuha that he didn't need anyone's help and preferred to stay alone. Kotuha responded, saying that she knew Sakura wasn't a bad person, which was why he had helped her and returned the old man's wallet. Kotuha continued, saying that no matter how the people had treated him, he never stopped helping others. She believed that if Sakura kept helping people, he would eventually become what he truly wanted to be. Sakura felt strange hearing this because no one had ever spoken to him like that before. As he thought about it, he realized that becoming part of Fuyurin sounded appealing. Suddenly, Sakura ran towards a thug and kicked him in the face, declaring that he was now going to join Mo Fuyurin. Later, we see Sakura helping an elderly woman by carrying her on his back and bringing her to Kotuha's cafe. Sakura wasn't comfortable with this, but he helped because he had a kind heart. In return, Kotuha offered him some food and asked if he was excited to go to Fuyurin High and meet other people like him. Sakura refused, but soon after, a boy named Nair appeared, also heading to Fuyurin High for the first time. Nair was very excited, but in his hurry, he forgot to remove the tag from his uniform. Sakura pointed it out, and he found Nair's behavior a bit strange. Kotuha informed Sakura that Nairi would be in his class. Nairi then spoke to Sakura, explaining that Fuyurin High wasn't just any school. The students there were protectors of people, saving them from harm. Nair was going to Fuyurin to do the same. He asked Sakura what his purpose was in the city, to which Sakura replied that he was going to be the most powerful person in Fuyurin High. Nairi laughed, telling him that it was just a fantasy and that he couldn't achieve such things without facing reality. Sakura, annoyed by Nair's teasing, was about to respond when Nair walked away, leaving him irritated. Sakura then spoke to Kotuha, saying that those who pretend to be heroes are usually cowards and could never truly be heroes. Kotuha responded, telling him that there are different perspectives on everything, and one shouldn't judge anyone without truly understanding them. Otherwise, he would end up being alone and unable to understand anyone. Sakura began to reflect on Kotuha's words, and started to realize that he needed to mingle with others, and not isolate himself. Later, Sakura walked through the market and was surprised when many people thanked him for protecting the city from thugs. Some even gave him gifts, a gesture that felt strange to him, as it was the first time something like this had happened. He thought to himself, wondering how these people could be so kind. Just then, a girl approached him asking for help. Meanwhile, Nair was being harassed by some boys, who mocked him for stopping them from talking to a girl, because he was wearing the Fuyurin High uniform, even though he couldn't fight off those guys. However, Nair kept fighting, refusing to give up, which angered one of the bullies. The bully began beating Nair mercilessly. Just then, Sakura arrived and delivered a powerful kick to the bully, sending him flying. Sakura then said, "I really don't like people who pretend to be strong in front of the weak." Hearing this, all the bullies turned their attention to Sakura and attacked him, but he easily defeated them. Nair, amazed by Sakura's strength, thanked him. However, Sakura coldly replied, "If you don't know how to fight, why are you even going to Fuyurin High?" Nairi explained. "Back in my childhood, some kids in my school used to bully me a lot. They made me do all sorts of chores. One day, a boy from Fuyurin High saved me from them. That gave me courage, and that's why I want to go to Fuyurin High and be like those boys." Saying this, Nair began crying. Seeing this, Sakura said, "All right, at least you didn't give up in the fight. That means you have courage." The girl Nair had helped earlier also thanked him for saving her. Hearing all this, Nair calmed down. Nair then began noting down all of Sakura's details in his notebook, because he enjoyed keeping information about people he found interesting. He said, "I always write down things about people I like." Afterward, Nair started heading to Fuyurin High with Sakura. When they arrived at the school, they discovered they were in the same class. Nair checked the names of other students in their class and got scared upon seeing a few familiar names. He nervously told Sakura, "Promise me you'll be friendly with everyone in class and talk to them nicely. You're not from this city, and if you mess up, the entire Fuyurin High could turn against you." Nair tried hard to explain things to Sakura, but Sakura ignored him. They entered the classroom, where everyone turned to look at them. A boy named Suo approached them and said to Sakura, "I know you. You're Sakura. I've heard a lot about you. Because of what you did yesterday, you're already considered a hero here." Suo then told the rest of the class about how Sakura arrived at the market before Ragi and his gang, fought off all the bullies alone, and saved the people. The entire class was amazed, and they asked Sakura, "Why did you come all the way to Fuyurin High?" Sakura confidently replied, "I came to rule over all of you. I'm going to defeat whoever is at the top of Fuyurin High and become your leader." Hearing this, the class was shocked. Sugita, a student who greatly respected the current top student of Foreign High, didn't like what Sakura said. He stepped forward to challenge Sakura to a fight. Everyone in the class got excited to watch them fight. As the fight began, Suo explained to the others that Sugita had been in Foreign High for a long time and had connections with the top authorities, making him quite influential. On top of that, Sugita was powerful. Knowing this, everyone thought Sakura would lose the fight. As Sugita threw a punch, Sakura dodged it and, seizing the opportunity, delivered a powerful kick to Sugita, causing blood to spill from his mouth. The entire class was stunned. Before the fight could continue, an announcement interrupted them. It was from the school leader, Umiya. Everyone listened intently as Umiya spoke. From his words, it became clear that Umiya was a confident and commanding personality. He asked everyone to enjoy themselves, but warned against fighting among themselves. Because of this, Sugita stopped fighting with Sakura. Umiya addressed everyone, saying, "You are Bofurin. Your job is to protect the people. Never forget that." With that, Umiya's announcement ended. Sakura thought to himself, even though Umiya isn't here, people still respect him so much. He must be incredibly powerful. Suo also advised both Sakura and Sugita to stop fighting and shake hands instead. Reluctantly, they shook hands, though it was clear they still didn't like each other. The rest of the class praised Sakura, saying, "You gave Sugita a tough fight. You're really strong." Seeing this, Sakura realized he had been wrong about these people. They weren't bad at all. These people were quite decent. Just then, a boy approached them and asked everyone to step outside the classroom. However, they all moved out rather slowly, which made Ragi, the same boy who had previously saved Sakura, angry with them. Here, Ragi was their senior. Seeing Ragi, Sakura began telling Nairi that this was the same boy who had helped him save Kotoha in the market the other day. Sakura was in the middle of telling Nairi this when Ragi became furious, threw Sakura to the ground, and said, "Why are you telling everyone that those boys attacked Kotoha, even though I told you not to?" Ragi added, "If Umemiya finds out that Kotoha was in danger, he won't spare anyone. So, forget that Kotoha was even present during that fight." Hearing all this, Sakura realized that Kotoha was very important to Umemiya, so he refrained from telling Nairi any further. After this, Nairi told Sakura that Ragi was also one of the 4 kings of their school. At this point, it was revealed that Umemiya was the leader of the entire Furin High, under whom the 4 kings operated, with each king being the captain of their respective class. Ragi was the captain of Sakura's class. Ragi then ordered his team to split into 5 groups and head out to help people in the city. Afterward, Ragi took Sakura with him around the city and said, "Umemiya has asked me to keep a close eye on you and Sakura, so you both need to stay with me." Hearing this, Sakura asked Ragi why they were patrolling the city instead of directly catching those who troubled people. To this, Ragi explained, "By patrolling like this, small gangs don't come out, and unless they commit a crime, we can't attack them. These are the rules here." Now, everyone started helping the townspeople. Sakura also painted a wall, but he didn't enjoy doing it, as all he could think about was fighting. After finishing the work, a man offered them food. Ragi said to Sakura, "I know you're not enjoying this without fighting, but there's a different kind of satisfaction in helping people." Later, as they continued their rounds, they reached a bridge with a strange symbol on it. Seeing the symbol, Sakura began criticizing it, but Nairi stopped him and said, "Beyond this bridge is not our territory. Our territory ends here, and the team that operates there is called Shishitori. They call themselves devotees of power." Hearing about a new gang, Sakura became excited and thought he would finally get a chance to fight. While they were talking, they saw a boy running toward them. The boy was from their territory, but 2 members of Shishitor were chasing him. Before the boy could cross the border into Furin's territory, he fell down. The 2 Shishitor boys moved to attack him, but before they could do anything, Sakura and Sagata entered Shishitor's territory and knocked one of the boys unconscious with a powerful kick. Just then, Shishitor's second-in-command, Togamin, appeared and asked them, "What are you Furin High people doing in our territory?" To this, Ragi explained, "Your school's boy attacked one of our boys, which is why we had to come here. Now your boy has been injured too." At this point, the unconscious boy regained consciousness and told Sakura and the others, "Now that you've entered our territory, you'll have to pay the price." However, Togamin began hitting that boy and said, "You lost, which means you're weak. and there's no place for the weak in Shishitori. Saying this, Togamin expelled the boy from Shishitori. Everyone was shocked to see this. Sakura said to Togamin, "You're weak, but consider yourself powerful just because you raise your hand against others." Everyone thought Togamin would attack them after hearing this, but instead he said, "You all can leave. I'll settle the score with you another day." Saying this, Togamin left. Ragi then warned them not to take Togamin lightly because he was very protective of his territory and would not forget this incident. To resolve the matter, they decided to report everything to their leader, Umemiya. They all went to Umemiya, who was known to be the best fighter in the school. However, they found him simply planting vegetables like an ordinary person, and that's where we'll leave it for now. Sakura's journey is just beginning, with rivalries heating up and secrets waiting to be uncovered. Will he conquer Furin High, or will the challenges ahead change him forever? Stay tuned for part 2, where the battles get fiercer and the stakes get higher. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss what's next. See you in the next episode.